If you are one of those people who sits on the edge of your bed every single morning, not because you want to savor the quiet moments of dawn, but because you need those extra precious minutes to mentally prepare yourself for the sharp shooting pain that comes with placing your feet on the floor and taking that first agonizing step, then what I am about to share with you could completely transform your relationship with your legs and your entire body. I am Dr. Lauren from Lauren Wellcare, and after treating thousands of patients with joint pain and mobility issues, I have discovered something that the pharmaceutical industry does not want you to know about. There is a simple bedtime routine that can actually help rebuild the strength in your legs while you sleep, using your body's own natural healing mechanisms in a way that most doctors never learned in medical school. You know that feeling when you wake up and your legs feel like they belong to someone else, someone much older and frailer than you remember being when you went to sleep. You know the embarrassment of grimacing when you stand up, hoping nobody notices the careful way you have to steady yourself against the dresser or the wall. You know the frustration of planning your entire day around when your knees might cooperate, of declining invitations because you are not sure if your legs will carry you through an evening out. You know the profound sadness of feeling decades older than your actual age, because arthritis has stolen your sense of freedom and made every step a negotiation with pain. What I am about to tell you challenges everything you have been told about joint degeneration being an inevitable part of aging. The truth is that your body has an incredible capacity for repair and regeneration that continues working even while you sleep, but only if you give it the right tools and environment to do its job. Most people have never heard of the overnight cellular repair process that happens in your joints when specific nutrients are present in your bloodstream at precisely the right time. This is not about masking symptoms with another pill that comes with a list of side effects longer than your grocery list. This is about working with your body's natural intelligence to rebuild strength from the inside out. The reason most treatments fail is that they focus on managing pain rather than addressing the root cause of joint weakness and inflammation. When you understand what actually happens to your joint cartilage, synovial fluid, and supporting muscle tissue during the overnight repair cycle, you can use this knowledge to accelerate healing in ways that will surprise you. The simple routine I am going to share with you tonight works because it aligns perfectly with your body's circadian rhythms and natural healing processes, providing exactly what your joints need at exactly the right time to repair damage and build new, healthy tissue. Before I explain exactly what to take and when to take it, I want you to understand why this works so powerfully when done at bedtime specifically. During sleep, your body shifts into repair mode, increasing the production of growth hormone and other healing compounds that are essential for tissue regeneration. Your circulation changes, directing more blood flow to areas that need repair. Your stress hormones drop to their lowest levels, creating an optimal environment for healing. But here is the key that most people miss. This natural repair process can only work effectively if the right building blocks are available in your system at precisely the right time. The compound I am going to tell you about has been used safely for centuries in traditional medicine, but only recently have researchers understood exactly why it works so effectively for joint health and muscle strength. When taken at bedtime, it provides your body with a specific amino acid profile that serves as the raw material for rebuilding cartilage and strengthening the connective tissues that support your legs. Unlike synthetic supplements that your body struggles to recognize and utilize, this natural approach works in harmony with your existing metabolic processes to deliver results you can feel within days. I want to pause here for a moment and acknowledge something that I know many of you are feeling right now. You have probably been disappointed by health advice before. You have tried countless supplements, followed exercise routines that left you in more pain, and maybe even undergone expensive treatments that promised relief, but delivered only frustration. The exhaustion that comes from well-meaning friends and family members suggesting you just need to think more positively or try this miracle cure they read about online is something I see in my patients every single day. The particular loneliness of chronic pain, how it isolates you from activities and people you love, creating an invisible barrier between you and the life you want to live, is something I understand deeply. What makes this different is that it addresses the fundamental cellular processes that determine whether your joints repair themselves each night or continue to deteriorate. Inside your joint spaces, there is a complex ecosystem of cells, fluids, and proteins that work together to maintain smooth movement and structural integrity. When this system becomes imbalanced due to poor nutrition, chronic inflammation, or the natural aging process, your joints begin to break down faster than they can repair themselves. The bedtime protocol I am sharing with you tonight specifically targets these underlying mechanisms to tip the balance back toward healing and regeneration. If you have been watching Lauren Wellcare for a while, you know that I do not make promises lightly. Everything I share with you is based on solid scientific research combined with real-world results from my patients. If this is your first time here, I want you to know that this channel is different from other health channels you might have encountered. Here, we do not talk down to you or offer false hope that ignores the reality of chronic pain. Instead, we provide practical wisdom that combines medical expertise with genuine compassion. Because I believe that every person deserves to live without daily pain, limiting their dreams and possibilities. Now, let me tell you exactly what to take before bed and how it works to strengthen your legs while you sleep. The key ingredient is gelatin, but not just any gelatin. You need a specific type of high-quality, grass-fed gelatin that provides the complete amino acid profile necessary for collagen synthesis and joint repair. When you consume approximately 1 to 2 tablespoons of this special gelatin dissolved in warm water or herbal tea about 30 minutes before bedtime, something remarkable begins to happen in your body. As you sleep, the amino acids from the gelatin are transported through your bloodstream to your joints, where they serve as the building blocks for new collagen production. Collagen is the main structural protein in your cartilage, tendons, and ligaments, and it is what gives your joints their strength, flexibility, and shock-absorbing properties. By providing your body with these essential amino acids during the overnight repair cycle, you are giving your joints everything they need to rebuild and strengthen themselves naturally. But the benefits go far beyond just collagen production. The specific amino acid profile in high-quality gelatin also supports the production of synovial fluid, which is the lubricating substance that allows your joints to move smoothly without friction. Many people with joint pain have synovial fluid that has become thick and less effective at providing lubrication. The nutrients in bedtime gelatin help restore the proper consistency and composition of this crucial joint fluid, leading to smoother movement and reduced stiffness, particularly noticeable when you wake up in the morning. What you mix the gelatin with is also important for maximizing its effectiveness. I recommend using warm chamomile tea or warm water with a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. Chamomile contains natural anti-inflammatory compounds that work synergistically with the gelatin to reduce joint inflammation while you sleep. The vitamin C from the lemon juice enhances collagen synthesis and acts as a powerful antioxidant to protect your newly forming joint tissue from oxidative damage. Let me share with you what happened with one of my patients, Margaret, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Denver who came to my clinic barely able to walk up a flight of stairs without severe knee pain. She had been told by multiple doctors that her only option was knee replacement surgery, but she was terrified of the risks and complications that come with major surgery. Margaret was skeptical when I first suggested the bedtime gelatin protocol, especially since it seemed almost too simple after years of trying complex treatments and expensive procedures. Within the first week of following the bedtime routine, Margaret noticed that her morning stiffness was significantly reduced. Instead of needing 15 to 20 minutes to work up the courage to get out of bed, she found herself standing up more easily and walking to the bathroom without the usual sharp pains shooting through her knees. By the end of the first month, she was able to climb the stairs to her second-floor bedroom without holding onto the railing for support. 6 months later, Margaret completed a 5K charity walk, something she had not been able to do for over 5 years. The remarkable thing about Margaret's recovery was not just the reduction in pain, but the return of strength and confidence in her legs. She told me that she had forgotten what it felt like to trust her own body to carry her where she wanted to go. The bedtime gelatin routine had not only repaired the structural damage in her joints, but had also rebuilt the supporting muscle tissue that gives your legs their stability and power. Understanding why this works requires knowing a bit about what happens to your joints and muscles as we age and how the repair process can be optimized. During youth, your body produces abundant amounts of collagen and other structural proteins naturally. Your joints repair themselves efficiently each night, and any minor damage from daily activities is quickly healed. But starting around age 25, your natural collagen production begins to decline by about 1% per year. By the time you reach your 50s and 60s, your body is producing significantly less of the raw materials needed for joint repair. This is where the conventional medical approach often fails. Instead of addressing the underlying deficiency of repair materials, most treatments focus on managing symptoms with anti-inflammatory medications or invasive procedures. While these approaches might provide temporary relief, they do nothing to restore your body's ability to heal itself. In fact, some common pain medications can actually interfere with the natural repair process, making joint degeneration worse over time. The bedtime gelatin protocol works because it provides your body with exactly what it needs, when it needs it, to restore the natural repair cycle. The timing is crucial because your body's production of growth hormone and other healing factors peaks during the deep sleep phases that occur in the early morning hours. By consuming the gelatin about 30 minutes before bedtime, you ensure that the amino acids are available in your bloodstream precisely when your body is ready to use them for tissue repair and regeneration. What makes this approach even more powerful is that it works cumulatively over time. While you might notice some improvements in morning stiffness within the first week, the real transformation happens as your body rebuilds its structural integrity over months. Many of my patients report that after 3 to 6 months of consistent use, they feel like they have turned back the clock on their joint health by 10 or even 20 years. I know that some of you might be wondering about the quality and source of gelatin, because not all gelatin products are created equal. The most effective gelatin for joint health comes from grass-fed animals that have been raised without hormones or antibiotics. This type of gelatin has a superior amino acid profile and is free from the harmful chemicals and additives that can interfere with the healing process. You want to look for unflavored gelatin powder that dissolves easily in warm liquids and does not contain any artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. The preparation method is simple but important for maximum effectiveness. Start with about 8 ounces of warm water or herbal tea, making sure it is hot enough to fully dissolve the gelatin but not so hot that it destroys the beneficial proteins. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of the gelatin powder and stir vigorously until it is completely dissolved. Some people prefer to add a small amount of raw honey for taste, which also provides additional antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds. Drink this mixture about 30 minutes before you plan to go to sleep, giving your digestive system time to begin processing the nutrients before your overnight repair cycle begins. Now, I want to address a question that I get frequently from my patients about how long it takes to see results. The truth is that everyone's healing timeline is different, depending on factors like the severity of joint damage, overall health status, diet, and other lifestyle factors. However, most people begin to notice some improvement in morning stiffness and ease of movement within the first week to 10 days. More significant improvements in strength, pain reduction, and mobility typically become apparent after 4 to 6 weeks of consistent use. It is important to understand that this is not a quick fix or overnight miracle cure. Your joints did not become damaged overnight, and they will not be completely rebuilt overnight either. What you are doing is supporting your body's natural healing processes in a way that allows for gradual but substantial improvement over time. Many of my patients find that the benefits continue to increase even after months of use, as their bodies rebuild stronger, more resilient joint structures. One of the most encouraging aspects of this approach is that it addresses multiple aspects of joint health simultaneously. While you are providing the raw materials for cartilage and collagen repair, you are also supporting the health of the synovial membrane, improving circulation to joint tissues, reducing inflammation, and even strengthening the muscles and ligaments that support your joints. This comprehensive approach to healing is why the results tend to be more lasting and significant than treatments that target only one aspect of joint health. Let me tell you about another patient, Robert, a 58-year-old construction worker from Phoenix who thought his career was over due to severe hip and knee pain. Robert had been taking over-the-counter pain medications daily for 2 years, and the constant medication use was starting to cause stomach problems and other side effects. He was facing the possibility of early retirement because he could no longer handle the physical demands of his job. Robert started the bedtime gelatin routine somewhat reluctantly, mainly because his wife insisted that he try something natural before resorting to more aggressive medical interventions. Within 3 weeks, he was able to reduce his daily pain medication use by half. After 2 months, he was working full 8-hour days without needing any pain medication at all. 6 months later, Robert told me that he felt stronger and more capable than he had in years, and he was actually able to take on more physically demanding projects at work. What impressed me most about Robert's case was not just the elimination of pain, but the return of functional strength and endurance. The bedtime gelatin routine had not only repaired the damage in his joints, but had also improved his overall physical resilience and work capacity. This demonstrates how supporting your body's natural healing processes can lead to improvements that go far beyond just pain relief. I want to take a moment to acknowledge something that many of you might be experiencing as you listen to this. Chronic pain does not just affect your body, it seeps into your identity, making you feel fragile and unreliable. It steals not just your physical comfort, but your confidence and sense of self. You might feel like you have become a burden to your family, or that you can no longer be the person you used to be. These feelings are completely understandable and valid, and they are part of what makes chronic pain so challenging to live with. What I want you to know is that your struggle is real, your pain is valid, and your healing is possible. You are not broken beyond repair, and you are not destined to accept a life limited by pain and weakness. Your body still has remarkable healing capacity that has simply been dormant, waiting for the right activation. The bedtime gelatin routine is one way to awaken that healing capacity and give your body the support it needs to repair and strengthen itself. If you are finding value in what I am sharing tonight, I would love for you to take a moment right now to leave a comment below telling me where you are watching from and what aspect of leg pain or weakness affects you most in your daily life. Your comment is not just helping me understand how to better serve our community, it is also helping other viewers feel less alone in their struggle. When you share even a small piece of your story, you are contributing to a larger conversation that validates and supports others who might be watching in isolation, wondering if anyone truly understands what they are going through. Maybe you are dealing with morning stiffness that makes those first few steps feel like walking on broken glass. Maybe you are frustrated by the way arthritis has changed your ability to enjoy activities you used to love. Maybe you are tired of planning your entire day around when your pain might be more manageable. Or maybe you are simply exhausted from trying treatment after treatment without finding real relief. Whatever your specific situation, your experience matters, and your voice is important in our community of people who understand what it means to live with chronic pain. Beyond the basic bedtime gelatin routine, there are several additional strategies that can enhance the healing process and accelerate your results. One of the most important is ensuring that you are getting adequate vitamin D, either through safe sun exposure or high-quality supplementation. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in bone health and immune system function, and deficiency can significantly impair your body's ability to repair joint tissue. Most people living in northern climates or spending significant time indoors have suboptimal vitamin D levels, especially during winter months. Another key factor is managing inflammation throughout your body, not just in your joints. Chronic systemic inflammation can interfere with the healing process and make joint pain worse. Simple dietary changes like reducing sugar intake, increasing consumption of omega-3 fatty acids from sources like wild-caught fish, and including more anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric, ginger, and leafy green vegetables can make a significant difference in your overall healing capacity. Sleep quality is also crucial for maximizing the effectiveness of the bedtime gelatin routine. Your body does its most intensive repair work during deep sleep phases, so anything that improves your sleep quality will enhance the healing process. This might include creating a cooler, darker sleeping environment, avoiding screens for at least an hour before bedtime, and establishing a consistent sleep schedule that allows for 7 to 8 hours of quality rest each night. Gentle movement and stretching can also support the joint repair process by improving circulation and maintaining flexibility. I am not talking about high-impact exercise that might cause more joint damage, but rather gentle activities like walking, swimming, or simple stretching routines that keep your joints mobile without causing additional stress. The key is finding the right balance between rest and movement that supports healing while avoiding further injury. One of the questions I get asked frequently is whether the bedtime gelatin routine can be combined with other natural treatments for joint health. The answer is generally yes, and in many cases, combining approaches can enhance the overall effectiveness. For example, topical applications of anti-inflammatory compounds like arnica or capsaicin can provide additional pain relief while your body works on internal repair. Natural supplements like glucosamine, chondroitin, and MSM can provide additional building blocks for cartilage repair. However, it is always important to consult with a healthcare provider before combining multiple treatments, especially if you are taking any prescription medications. Let me share one more patient story that illustrates the transformative power of supporting your body's natural healing processes. Linda, a 62-year-old grandmother from Seattle, came to see me because she was missing out on precious time with her grandchildren due to severe arthritis in her hips and knees. She had to decline invitations to family gatherings because she could not sit for extended periods without pain, and she was unable to play with her grandchildren on the floor or take them to the park. Linda was initially skeptical about the bedtime gelatin routine because she had tried so many different treatments over the years without success. She had spent thousands of dollars on specialty supplements, undergone multiple rounds of physical therapy, and even tried experimental treatments with limited success. The simplicity of the gelatin approach seemed almost too easy compared to the complex protocols she had followed in the past. But Linda was desperate to find something that worked, so she committed to following the routine exactly as I outlined. Within 2 weeks, she noticed that she could sit through a family dinner without having to get up and walk around to relieve her joint stiffness. After a month, she was able to get down on the floor to play with her granddaughter and get back up without assistance. 3 months later, Linda took her grandchildren to an amusement park and walked around for an entire day, something she had not been able to do for over 3 years. What moved me most about Linda's recovery was the emotional transformation that accompanied the physical healing. She told me that she had begun to feel like a burden to her family, always needing special accommodations and unable to participate fully in family activities. The return of her mobility and independence allowed her to reclaim her role as an active, engaged grandmother, and the joy this brought to her life was immeasurable. Linda's story illustrates something important about chronic pain that extends beyond just the physical discomfort. When pain limits your ability to engage with life fully, it affects every aspect of your well-being, from your relationships to your sense of purpose and identity. Supporting your body's natural healing processes can restore not just physical function, but also your confidence, independence, and joy in living. This brings me to an important point about expectations and the healing process. While the bedtime gelatin routine can produce remarkable results, it is not a magic cure that will eliminate all joint problems overnight. Healing is a process that requires patience, consistency, and realistic expectations. Some people see dramatic improvements quickly, while others experience more gradual but steady progress over several months. The key to success is consistency and giving your body time to rebuild and repair damaged tissues. This means taking the gelatin mixture every single night, not just when you remember or when your pain is particularly bad. Your body's repair processes depend on having a steady supply of the necessary building blocks available, and inconsistent supplementation will produce inconsistent results. It is also important to understand that healing is not always linear. You might have days when you feel significantly better, followed by days when symptoms seem to return. This is normal and does not mean that the treatment is not working. Your body is going through a complex process of breaking down damaged tissue and rebuilding healthier structures, and this process can sometimes temporarily increase inflammation and discomfort before improvements become apparent. I want to address another common concern that many people have about natural approaches to healing. Some people worry that if something is natural and simple, it cannot be as effective as pharmaceutical treatments or medical procedures. This belief is understandable given how our healthcare system tends to emphasize complex, expensive interventions, but it is not supported by science or clinical experience. The truth is that many of the most effective healing interventions work precisely because they support your body's existing repair mechanisms rather than trying to override them with synthetic chemicals or invasive procedures. Your body has evolved sophisticated systems for healing and repair that have been refined over millions of years of evolution. When you provide these systems with the right nutrients and environmental conditions, they can accomplish remarkable feats of regeneration and healing. The bedtime gelatin routine works so effectively because it aligns perfectly with your body's natural healing rhythms and provides exactly what your joint repair systems need to function optimally. This is not about replacing medical care or ignoring serious health conditions that require professional intervention. Rather, it is about recognizing that your body has incredible healing wisdom that can be supported and enhanced through simple, natural approaches. As we near the end of our time together tonight, I want to encourage you to consider making this bedtime routine part of your daily health practice. Start tonight if possible, or as soon as you can obtain high-quality gelatin. Remember that consistency is key, and give your body at least 4 to 6 weeks to begin showing you what it can accomplish when given the right support. If you found this information helpful and you want to continue learning about natural approaches to joint health and pain relief, I would love for you to subscribe to the Lauren Wellcare channel. Subscribing is not just about getting more videos. It is about joining a community of people who understand what it means to live with chronic pain and who are committed to supporting each other on the journey toward healing and recovery. When you subscribe to Lauren Wellcare, you are making a commitment to yourself and your healing journey. You are declaring that you refuse to accept pain as your permanent reality, and that you believe your body still has the capacity for repair and regeneration. You are surrounding yourself with knowledge, support, and hope that can truly transform your daily experience of living in your body. This channel is here for you on the difficult days when motivation is low and hope feels distant. We will continue to provide not just techniques and strategies for managing pain, but encouragement and validation that your struggle is real and your healing is possible. You will never feel judged for your limitations or patronized with overly cheerful advice that ignores the reality of chronic pain. Please remember that the information I have shared with you tonight is for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you have serious joint problems, are taking prescription medications, or have any concerns about implementing new health strategies, please consult with your healthcare provider before making changes to your treatment routine. Your healing journey is unique to you, and what works for one person may need to be modified for another. Listen to your body, start slowly, and pay attention to how you respond to the bedtime gelatin routine. Most people tolerate gelatin very well, but if you experience any digestive discomfort or other unusual symptoms, discontinue use and consult with a healthcare professional. Thank you for spending this time with me tonight, and for being part of the Lauren Wellcare community. I believe deeply that every person deserves to live without daily pain limiting their dreams and possibilities. Your body has remarkable healing capacity that has simply been dormant, waiting for the right activation. The bedtime gelatin routine is one powerful way to awaken that healing capacity and support your journey towards stronger legs, reduced pain, and greater freedom of movement. Sweet dreams, and here is to waking up tomorrow morning with stronger, more comfortable legs than you had today. Remember, healing is possible. Your pain is valid, and your story matters. Until next time, this is Dr. Lauren reminding you that your best days of health and vitality may still be ahead of you.